Just doing a few extra questions in exercise 7A. I didn't set these for homework, so just a few extra questions there. So question 14, not necessarily difficult. It says explain why angle, so it's exercise 7A, question 14. We're just going to go through a couple of questions and then we're going to do some questions from exercise 7B. It says explain why angle OAB is 32 degrees if O is the centre of the circle. So girls, what can we say? What do you know? Girls, what about the length of OA? OA equals? Girls, it's a circle. OA is a radius and so is OB. So we write OA equals OB. Reason? Why does OA equal OB? They're equal radii of circle. All right, I know that's too these corners. So OA is the length from O to A. So OA equals OB. The plural of radius is radii. They are equal radii of the circle. Do you get it? So they're the same. So in my diagram, I've got that OA equals OB. So now what can I say? Therefore, angle, what? Angle? No. So these angles that I've coloured in, if you can see them, so therefore those two coloured in angles are equal. So angle, how do you name that angle? BAO. Yeah, or OAB, either. So angle OAB equals angle. So OAB equals angle OBA. Reason, why do those angles equal each other? We know that OA equals OB, and you need to say why OA equals OB, because they're equal radii of circle. Those angles are equal. What's the reason? Base angles of isosceles triangle. Base angles of isosceles triangle. So therefore, angle OAB, how do you work it out? Equals, how would you work it out? Don't you go 180 minus 116 divided by 2? Good. Which is 64 on 2, which is 32. Shh, girls. Okay, so that's the working out needed. Look, I know you probably know how to do it, how to do this, but the thing is we're working on the working out, the proper setting out. That's what we need to focus on. Why is it 180 minus? Angle sum of triangle. So I missed that out. You also need to write, we know that that angle equals that, but the reason you're doing, I mean, you could have set it up as 116 plus x is 180, or you can just do it like that, but why are you saying 180 degrees? Reason is the angle sum of triangle is 180. You can just put angle sum of triangle, I'm happy with that. Or you can go equals 180. Okay, angle sum of triangle equals 180. Looking at question 15, I'm not doing all of this question, I'm only doing part C, 15 part C, to prove that angle XYZ equals A plus B, but you're not allowed to use the exterior angle of a triangle theorem. So, because the question tells you not to use it. So prove that angle XYZ equals A plus B without using exterior angle of a triangle theorem, without using the exterior angle of triangle theorem. In other words, you're allowed to use angle sum of straight line, angle sum of triangle. So, okay, this question you can't use exterior angle of triangle theorem, but you can use angle sum of triangle and you can use angles on a straight line. So, I'm going to start with angle ZYW plus A plus B is what? 180. Do you know where ZYW is? Yeah. Good. That plus A plus B is 180 degrees. Why am I writing that rule? Why am I writing it? Angle sum of, why am I writing that? Angle sum of triangle. Here I've got angle ZYW, so this angle in here that I'm pointing to, plus A plus B equals 180 degrees. Y, angle sum of triangle equals 180 degrees. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come up with an expression for just angle ZYW. What does that equal? I want to take the A and the B to... 180 minus A. Yeah, 180 minus... All right, you've either got to go 180 minus bracket A plus B or 180 minus A minus B. Isn't it minus both of them? So you've got to do one or the other. I'm just going to go, we're going minus bracket A plus B. Or I could have written 180 minus A minus B, where you're going minus A minus B. Okay, so either one's fine. So angle ZYW equals 180 minus those two together. Because normally, wouldn't you work out what A and B are, get a total and do 180 minus that total if they were numbers? So it's 180 minus the total of those two, so you can use brackets. But other people just go 180 minus that one as well. Like, let's say A is 80 and B is 70. You can go 180 minus 80 minus 70. Or you can go 80 and 70 is 150, 180 minus 150. Either way. But girls, you have to write it correctly. Now, we're trying to work out angle XYZ. How do you work out now? If you know angle ZYW, how do you work out angle XYZ? Or... you know what I can do? Can I do that plus angle ZYW is 180? So this is what I'm writing. The angle on the outside plus this angle here on the inside equals 180. Why am I writing that? Why am I writing that? Supplementary angles or angle sum of straight line? Angles, even angles on a straight line or angle sum of straight line is fine. So I'm trying to work out XYZ. So angle XYZ, won't it be 180 minus angle ZYW? You okay with that? All I'm saying is that this one on the outside is 180 minus the one on the inside. Got the idea? That exterior angle is 180 minus ZYW. Now what do I put? So it's 180 minus, you know what's easier to use? The second one. 180 minus, what do I now put in? What's ZYW? 180 minus, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this one. 180 minus A minus B. Do you see what I've done, girls, or not? I've got the one on the outside, XYZ plus ZYW is 180. Then I've written that XYZ is 180 minus ZYW. Now I'm substituting what ZYW is, and ZYW is either 180 minus bracket A plus B or 180 minus A minus B. This is a proper proof, girls, okay? Now, which is, what do I do? How do I open that bracket? 180, do I write minus 180 or plus 180? Minus 180. What happens here? Minus, minus. So it's minus that, minus that, minus that. Do I do plus A or minus A? And do I write minus B or plus B? So what's 180 minus 180? 0. What am I left with? You're done. Girls, that's just a taste of things. That exercise 17, exercise 7A, question 17F. Find X giving reasons. That A, B, if they're not labelled, you label the vertices yourself. I've got A, B, C and D. Find X giving reasons. So there's nothing there, okay? There's nothing there. All right, girls, what can you do? What are you going to say? Come on. Yes, it's isosceles. So Angle, what? This is C. All right, angle ABC, so this one down here is equal to angle what? Equals angle CAB equals 45 degrees. What's the reason? Base angles of isosceles triangle. Okay, next. So I'm going to put 45 in. That's good. Next, what are you going to do? All right, I want this angle here. So angle ACB. How do I work out ACB? So, yeah, I can do ACB plus 45 is 180. So I can say that plus that is 180. Why am I writing that? Angle sum of triangle. Can you see that? Is that big enough, girls? Angle sum of triangle. So therefore, angle ACB. So ACB is, you don't have to write 180 minus 45 minus 45. If you can see it, just write it. What is it? ACB is what? 90. Okay. Now that I know that ACB is 90, that's great. I'll put it in. What can I do next? So what can I set up? I've got all these angles together. Add up to? Yeah. 3x plus 90 is how much? Reason, angle, sum at a point. You don't have to put equals 360. Angle sum at a point. So what's 3x plus 3x? 6x. Why don't I take the 90 to the other side? 6x is 360 minus 90. Are we okay with that? 6x plus 90 is 360. So 6x is how much? What's 270. Therefore, x is 270 divided by 6. Now, you don't have to show 270 divided by 6. You can just put the answer. 45. Okay, great. Good. So, girls, last lesson we did write down some notes about parallel lines. So when see girls, corresponding angles, we looked at this last lesson. If you look at this diagram here where I'm pointing, the arcs with the dots, those corresponding angles are equal. Not all corresponding angles are equal. Corresponding angles, girls, just mean they just relate to the position. So see this dot here. You need to look at the board when I say see this dot here, otherwise you're not going to know what I'm talking about. And this arc here, like this angle here with the cross, do you think that they are the same size? Now, I'm driving along the street, and then on this intersection here, I see this position. And that, where I've got my cursor now, is the same position as that if I'm driving. But those angles, that angle doesn't equal that angle. Why? Because the lines aren't parallel. Now, they are still corresponding angles, but they are not equal. Here, they are corresponding. I'm driving along the street. It's on that corner. It's on that corner. Same position. They're equal because the lines are parallel. The next one, alternate, meaning goes from one side to the other. Girls, where I've got my cursor now and down there, they're alternate angles. They're inside the lines and they're from one side to the other, but they're not equal. But these alternate angles are, because those transversals are parallel. So girls, every time now, what I'm trying to say is, if you want to use corresponding angles, alternate angles, and you don't put on parallel lines, I'm not giving you the mark. So whenever you use the reason corresponding angles, you have to say on parallel lines. Because whoopee-doo, if they're corresponding, they're not equal unless the lines are parallel. Do you get it? Same with the alternate ones. Yeah, they're alternate, but they're not equal. These alternate ones are equal. So the only time alternates are equal is if the lines are parallel. The only time corresponding are equal is if the lines are parallel. And co-interior are not equal, they add up to 180. And they will only add up to 180 if the lines are parallel. So that is, you have to use that when you have to prove that lines are parallel. Now we're going to do that. 7b, we're just going to talk through these. Girls, are these two lines parallel? No, because alternate angles are? They're not equal. So describe if each diagram contains parallel lines. So this one, you'll say the lines are not parallel because? They're not parallel. Because, right, I'll do the working. Here we go. We're going to do these. Let's go. Shh. Okay. Let's start question 3a. 130 degrees and 135 degrees are in alternate positions. Do you get what I'm saying? But they are not equal. Therefore, the lines are not parallel. Do you get what I'm saying? So for question 3a, are these lines parallel? You'll say 130 and 135 are in alternate positions. They're alternate angles. You can say are alternate angles if you want, but they are not equal, therefore the lines are not parallel. Okay? That's the sort of working out we want. Okay? If I look at another one, let's look at D. Yeah, hurry up. Actually, I'll put it here so you can draw it. There you go. Okay, it's there, so now I don't need to. D. Let's try D. What do you do here? 65 plus 125 add up to? No, they don't. 190. And the 65 and the 125 are co-interior angles. Are the lines parallel? So, yeah, so the co-interior angles do not add up to 180. Therefore, the lines are not parallel. I'm going to move this whole thing up, all right? So that's the idea. So that's the sort of working out you want. So the 65 and the 25 add up to 190, but the 65 and the 125 are co-interior angles. Because the co-interior angles do not add up to 180, therefore the lines are not parallel. All right, I'll pause so that you can write this down. 5e, find x giving reasons. So you've got this angle out here. You know that that angle in there is 70. Another way of doing this, if you need to find other angles along the way, you can, let's say you want to find out what this angle is, you can just call it little a if you want. But small lowercase letters for values. Only capitals for vertices and corners. Girls, I could find this one, but there's another direct way of getting this angle. Oh, no, there isn't. Okay, what are you going to find? Do you want to find this one? All right, I'm going to call this one little a. Okay, how do I find that? How do I find it? So I go a plus 135 equals 180. Reason? Supplementary or angles on a straight line. I'm going to use supplementary angles. So therefore A is, you don't have to write 180 minus 135. Just tell me the value of A. What is it? It's 45. Good. What are you going to do next? Which one do you want to find next? See where my dot is? I think we should find this one. Yes? B. Okay, I'm going to find B. So girls, if there are no capitals on the corners, this is much easier. Label your diagram with, but lowercase letters mean values. They're pronumerals. Lowercase letters to find. See how X is a small x? They want its value. Lowercase. So what are you going to write now? That. What are we going to write? A. Do you think A and B are what? Equal. So A equals B, which equals what? How big is it? 45. Reason. Corresponding angles. You're not allowed to just say that. Corresponding angles on parallel lines. Good. So now B is 45. I don't know how I'm going to fit that in there.
Can you write parallel to that?
On, I suppose you can. Yep, that's B. It's 45. So in there we got 45. What do you think we need to find next? The top one, I'm going to call it C.
70 plus 45.
Okay, C. C plus 70 plus 45 is 180. Reason? Angle sum of triangles. So therefore C is, girls, you can just get your calculator out and go 180 minus 70 minus 45. You don't have to show the working. It's okay. It's 65. Good. So, girls, we put the A there, we put the B there, we put the C there, and we work them out. What's next?
360 minus 65.
So X, you can go X plus 65 is 360 if you want, because now we know that that's 65. Reason? No. Angles, sum at a point. So angle sum at a point. So therefore X is 360 minus 65, which is, I think it's 295. Okay, girls, so I think your best bet, don't go labeling capital A, B, C, D, and then you've got to do all that, A, B, this, that. Too long. Put in your little pronumerals where you want to find the angle. And that's allowed. It's only allowed but if you draw the diagram. If you don't draw the diagram on your page, it's not allowed. I want to do F because I want to do it in one step. Can I move it up a little bit? I'm actually going to draw F so that I can move the page anyway. Because F can be done in one step, and I want to see if you can see it. Now I'm moving the whole page up. Again, find F, X, giving reasons. Do you know how you can do that in one step? Girls, you don't have to go alternate. You could actually angle sum of triangle if you want. Girls, if you want, you can put the letter A in here, go work it out, and then go alternate. So you can put A there, angle sum of triangle, and then go alternate. Or you can go like this, that plus that. What does X plus 29 plus 72 equal?
180.
Because that is just one angle, so what if it's got a line through it? So one way of doing this is X plus 29, I can put it in brackets so you know it's one angle, plus 72 equals what?
180.
Why? Why?
Common material. I mean, yeah, I'm right.
Girls, can you see that? It really is just like this, that, and that. That's all I've done. So X plus 29 plus the 72 is 180. They're co-interior angles on parallel lines. Therefore, X is 180 minus 72 minus 29, which is 90. Work it out. Is it 79? Someone's telling me that that's 79. Now, girls, question 6D. Find angle ABC. To do this type of question where you've got parallel line, you need to draw in a third parallel line. Now, I'm going to draw in a third parallel line. I don't have to. I can now just put a little A and a little b there, or a little x and a little y if I want. So I think it's easier and less writing if you put the pronumerals in. So what can I do to find out that whole angle? I can work it out in two parts. Little a is equal to what? Little a, this bit, equals what?
75.
Y.
It's an alternate.
Yeah, alternate angles, parallel lines. You can just go like that, parallel lines. What about little b? No alternate there for little b. What about little b? Little b plus? Guys, how am I going to work out b? B what? Co-interior. What do I write?
150 plus b
Equals 180. Co-interior angles, parallel lines. So therefore B is 30. Okay, so girls, I put a third parallel line in. A is alternate with the 75. Alternate angles, parallel lines. B plus 150 is 180, so B is 30. Now you can write that angle ABC equals A plus B, which is, so I'm now saying that angle ABC, which is what you want, is the little a plus the little b, which is 75 plus 30, which is,
105.
if you had to give a reason for that, what is it? It's the very first one on your sheet. They're adjacent. But you don't need to. Adjacent angles. In other words, A and B are next to each other and they make up ABC. Question 7B. Okay, it's not as bad as what you think. You don't seem to have any information, but you do. Shh. Good. Okay. Girls, in this case, shh, you might want to put little a, little b, little c's or something like that. I don't mind where you put it. Well, I'm going to put them all A because they're all the same. Do you know what I mean? So, what does A equal?
60 degrees.
A equals 180 divided by 3, which is 60 degrees. Why?
Equilateral.
Equilateral triangle. What else? Girls, we're trying to work out what X is. Now, I've got parallel lines. No, it's not. Shh. Girls, I'm going to put B out there. What does B equal?
X plus A. 2A. Is it 2A, miss?
No. Watch what I'm doing.
Is it 60?
Yeah, why?
One is alternate.
It's alternate. Girls, I'm doing a Z. B equals A equals 60. I'm going to get rid of all the other A's. Alternate angles. Girls, I've decided I did have A, but I think people were getting confused. They're all the same, but I'm just going to keep this one A. A is 180 divided by 3, which is 60, equilateral triangle. That line is parallel to this one down here, so you can do a backward Z. So therefore, B equals A, which is 60, alternate angles, parallel lines. Tell me what X plus B add up to. 180. Why? Why do X and B
Supplementary angles.
supplementary or angles on a straight line? Supplementary angles. So X plus 60 is 180. Therefore, X is 120. So girls, 3 reasons. A is 60 because an equilateral triangle. Then we've got the backward Z for alternate for B. And then X plus B make up a straight line. I wouldn't do exterior angle.